So it's been in some reports as of late that Rich Paul, the agent of De'Aaron Fox, has met with the Sacramento Kings to discuss their future on building a winning team around De'Aaron Fox. Fox is a free agent after the end of the 2026 season, so rumors are starting that could there potentially be a De'Aaron Fox Kings trade in the future. So you know what that means. Today we are going to be doing a Sacramento Kings rebuild, and we're going to be doing the hypothetical that they trade away De'Aaron Fox before he maybe leaves them in free agency in a year from now for nothing. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Yeah, we're going to be rebuilding the Kings, which I'm excited about because this team obviously ended a super long playoff drought in 2023. Then they missed the playoffs last year. They just got blown out by the Indiana Pacers, and I'm recording this right after that. And currently, they're the 12th seed in the Western Conference, 13-17. Honestly, their offense has been fine. Their defense is around league average, so I do think this team can still make the playoffs. Like, I think they would eventually pass Golden State and maybe San Antonio and maybe Los Angeles. I mean, we'll see, as we're about 30 games through the year, so we got a decent sample size under our belts, and I think Fox has been great. I think he's one of the more underrated players in the NBA. It doesn't help that he plays in Sacramento, and I feel like the NBA doesn't market the Kings super well because Fox is probably going to get less all-star votes than like Kyrie Irving or some guys he's having better seasons than, and he's having a really good year over there. Sabonis, he was on an All-NBA team last year. He's really good, but he's getting paid a lot of money. DeMar DeRozan, I don't know if they regret this yet. He got off to a good start. He struggled a little bit, I would say, in the last like 10 or games or so. At times, he still has some really good scoring outputs, but maybe he's not the player the Sacramento Kings needed. Malik Monk, fine six man for them, but I think Keegan Murray has been one of the bigger disappointments because they didn't want to include him in a Pascal Siakam trade. They didn't want to include him in a Lauri Markkanen trade, and he's been going down every single year of his career since his standout rookie year. He's still a fine defender, but the offensive game has not developed into a top option for this team. Herter's got, I mean, a decent amount of money under his belt. I don't know. We're going to see if we move Kevin Herter or not. I think I'm going to keep trade override on for the trade idea. I think there could be two teams that could come to the table. I think Mike Brown has done a terrible job developing Keon Ellis this year. His minutes have been way too inconsistent. And Devin Carter, their rookie, is going to be out for a little longer. He was, like, I think a winning caliber player, and I would love to see him in a playoff series on the Kings. But for this hypothetical today, yeah, we're trading away De'Aaron Fox. So I think there'd be two teams that could pull off a De'Aaron Fox trade. Just the way their rosters are constructed, the assets they have, they're both in the Western Conference. First one could be the Houston Rockets. This team has been a top Western Conference team all year. They're a top defensive team, and they can easily get to the matching salary if they include Fred VanVleet. And if you're Sacramento, I don't hate the idea of getting a good player in return like Fred VanVleet, because then you can maybe rework an extension in the offseason. He's still a good player. He's not having a great start to this season, but I think he could be fine over there in Sacramento. You can maybe get one of Reed Shepherd or Cam Whitmore, and then you can get some draft picks. I know you would probably want to get Amen Thompson. I feel like Houston would do everything they can not to trade him. The other team that I thought would be interesting would be the San Antonio Spurs. They could dangle a Jeremy Sohan, a Devin Vassell, or a Stephon Castle as one of the trade pieces. I would look at Devin Vassell, I think, if we were going to do that. And then you're trying to get maybe a couple of those Atlanta Hawks picks. They have a Kings picks down the line. They can get that back. Minnesota picks as well. Going through some other teams that would make sense in the West. I really think that's it. I don't think the Clippers have the assets to get a deal done. Golden State, I mean, those teams don't really make sense because they have Harden and Curry right now. And yeah, I don't think some other teams could get it done. Minnesota would be cool, but unless they're moving McDaniels and Randall, and then like, it's like, why would Sacramento maybe even want that? Over in the East, I mean, Toronto would be fun, but like, they're not in the position to go all in right now. Brooklyn, same thing. I think they got to figure out their rebuild first. Chicago, probably not. The only thing I could think of is maybe Orlando. I mean, like, they could get some assets on the table for sure. Miami, but you'd have to trade away Tower Hero. So yeah, there's probably not a trade to be made in the Eastern Conference. So I think we're going to work out a trade. I think San Antonio may be the team that we look at. If I got Devin Vassell in return, gives us a good wing for sure. And he's 24 years old, and I think they'd like to hold on to Jeremy Sohan. He's been improving a ton pre- and post-injury this year. Stephon Castle, I think, is showing signs as a rookie to being a good player in this league, and maybe we could take Stephon Castle, but I think we can do something like Devin Vassell. I think maybe this Hawks first-round pick this year, I think getting our first-round pick, do they even have it in this game? No, because it doesn't go to 2031. So if I ask for this Boston pick, and you know what? I just get both these Hawks picks. So we're basically getting 3 first-round picks and Devin Vassell. it's hard to find a comp because, I mean, like, Mikal Bridges went for basically like 6 first-round picks, but there was no players involved. And I would say Devin Vassell is worth about 3 first-round picks. So, yeah, about 6 first-round picks for De'Aaron Fox. They may even say no, yeah, in 2K. So, oh, I forgot to put trade override on. So that's the trade we're going to do. I mean, I would also try to get maybe like a Julian Champagnie or Malachi Branham. And at this rate, they'd probably move Champagnie over Branham. So say we did something like that. Could I give you guys like Trey Lyles? That doesn't make the money work. So I would have to just throw in probably a cheaper player. Like just Jay Crowder, make the money work perfect. And I'd be getting the Hawks first round pick this year. The Spurs can keep their first. They're going all in on Wemby right now. They're not waiting. And then we're going to get 2 Hawks picks. We're going to get 1 Celtics pick, which probably isn't going to be great. I'm getting Branham and I'm getting Vassell for somebody that is not a free agent this year, but is a free agent next year. You guys can let me know what you think about this trade in the comments, but that's what we're going to work off of. Obviously, I'm not a psychic. I can't really predict what these trades will look like, but if I just want multiple first round picks, the game will never allow a trade to go through. So I do have to throw on trade override. So now this is interesting because I don't want to blow up this team. I don't want to trade away Domantas Sabonis. Do I trade away Derozan? I mean, that could be an offseason thing. I don't know if I would trade him away this year. I still think this team could somewhat contend in the Western Conference enough to win like maybe a playoff series. That's it. It would have been nice to get off the Kevin Huerter contract in that trade, but unfortunately we weren't able to pull that off. I'm excited to get like Devin Carter some minutes when he's healthy, but I think right now we're gonna have Malik Monk, Devin Vassell backcourt. We're gonna have DeMar DeRozan and Sabonis play a ton. Keegan Murray's gonna play a ton. Keon Ellis, Kevin Huerter, Malachi Branham, and Trey Lyles are going to be coming off the bench, like I said, until Devin Carter comes back. We'll see how this team performs in the post-De'Aaron Fox era, and we kind of hope that the Atlanta Hawks are not good by the end of the year. Right now, they are 14-15. We hope they start to lose a decent amount more games, because also, we don't own our first-round pick this year. The Sacramento Kings have to give it to Atlanta if we're in the top 12 from the Kevin Huerter trade that happened back in that 2022 offseason. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they regret that trade a little bit, or it's top 10 protected. Either way, I think it actually may be top 12 right now. So we did just get Devin Carter back healthy, which is good. So we're going to lower some minutes around here. I think like Keegan Murray can get 30 minutes a night. I think Monk can probably get like 31 minutes a night. We're going to ease Devin Carter into this 71 overall. He's got a ways to go. I don't know if he's going to be as good of a playmaker to eventually be like the next good point guard for this team. I could try to figure out like a DeMar DeRozan team. One thing I could think of is like, could I do DeMar DeRozan for Chris Middleton and get a first out of it? I don't think so. It's actually funny. Cleveland could get to the matching salary with Karis LeVert and Max Strus, and we basically get off of that contract. Not a terrible idea. Miami could be somewhat of a DeRozan team, but I feel like him and Jimmy could be a little bit repetitive. You know what? I think I'm going to do this trade with the Lakers. I want to see if I can maybe get a first round pick from them as well. DeMar DeRozan and Doug McDermott for D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hashimura, and a 2026 first round pick. D'Lo's a free agent at the end of the year. We could make him our starting point guard. Rui, though, is under contract next year as well, and I get a future first round pick, and we're just going to say that this has been a failed experiment bringing DeMar DeRozan here in Sacramento. Will they accept this offer? They are going to counter it. They would want my 2027 first. I don't really want to do that. Could I give you 3 seconds instead? And they agree to that. Okay, so we just made that trade with the Lakers. Kind of cool. We sent DeMar DeRozan home, like into the Southern California area. And yeah, I'm probably going to get D'Lo into the starting lineup. I think Rui could also start as well. He's probably going to play, unless we do something like that, D'Lo, Monk, I mean, that's so bad defensively. I think I'm going to get Rui in there. Trey Lyles is basically like the backup center at this point, so he's going to get like 10 minutes a night. I would love to move Huerter, but I don't think anybody would want to trade for Kevin Huerter right now. So I guess we'll just do something like this. And then we're going to play just Rui Hashimura off the bench with Keon Ellis. We're just getting pieces that we could potentially move in the offseason. I think a perfect scenario is we kind of bottom out in the West. So does Atlanta. And I end up with 2 lottery picks. And right now we are 22-28 at the trade deadline. Yeah, this team, I mean, it's fine. We actually have a 1.8 point differential, which is better than the Lakers and the Clippers. I don't know if we're going to end up passing them. Obviously, we traded away De'Aaron Fox and then eventually just traded DeMar DeRozan after that. Devin Vassell, he's going to be a part of our future, man. I don't know if we think about moving Malik Monk in the offseason. That could be a potential idea. I don't think I'm getting anything for D'Lo at the deadline. I don't even know if I want to extend Keegan Murray. We'll see how much he's asking for. I don't think anybody's trading for Kevin Huerter right now. So this is pretty much going to be the squad going into the end of the year. I hope my pick ends up in the top 10. And so as the Atlanta Hawks pick. So let me actually just see where the Hawks are at right now. Hawks are currently 25-27, but you know, that could definitely make them an Eastern Conference playoff team. with how weak that is. And then I just wanted to see contract extensions. Yeah, nothing I'm really going to work on right now. All right, so the Sacramento Kings ended this year as the 10th seed in the Western Conference. The only notable award we got was Domantas Sabonis making All-NBA second team. As I'm going to try to figure out, I think I may struggle to, like, what is his best position to go with to just really maximize his offense? Should he be a power forward? Because if he's going to shoot 37% from three, I mean, I don't hate that. Or is he better suited off as a center, which I don't know if he's going to be as good enough as a rim protector, but he just averaged 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. 55% from the field, 81% from the line. He was great. I did not expect to make the playoffs with all this going on and with having Malik Monk and D'Angelo Russell in the backcourt, but here we are. So our pick, we'll have to see if we're going to be able to keep it, and Atlanta ended up as the 6th seed, so that's not going to be a great pick either. So let's just see what happens here in the first leg of the plan against the Lakers. We need our pick, I believe, to be top 12 in order to keep it. I know 2K has it as top 10, but I think it's top 12 because 2K doesn't have a top 12 feature. We're currently up by 1 with under 5 minutes to go. The Lakers go on a little bit of a run, down by 2, 47 seconds left, down by 1, down by 4, and the Sacramento Kings get eliminated in the first leg in the play-in tournament. You know, it'd be like the worst case scenario. I end up with the 13th overall pick, and I just don't get anything going into the offseason. So I would say this is a disappointing year, back-to-back years, missing the playoffs from the play-in tournament after making the playoffs in 2023. But obviously, we did trade away De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan. I completely forgot. That was the DeMar DeRozan revenge series against us. And the Lakers ended up missing the playoffs. The Spurs ended up actually in the Western Conference semifinals with De'Aaron Fox over there. And that could definitely be a fun team. As the Mavericks sweep the Knicks in the Kristaps Porzingis Bowl, Wesley Matthews Bowl, Quentin Grimes Bowl in the NBA Finals. So there goes LeBron. I guess it's going to be DeMar DeRozan's team next year. Kyle Lowry, Horford, Conley, Gordon, Lopez. LeBron and Russ head to the Hall of Fame. Bunch of jersey retirements. Nothing's coming out of Sacramento. Here we go. It is draft lottery time. I will double check where we are going to be picking in this draft, but I'm hoping that our pick, which I think it actually said it was going to be 13. Oh my God, that is an actual disaster of this season. That sucks so much. So, yep, we are going to lose out on the 13th pick. I know we can't even keep 13. Oh my God, that sucks so much, man. I guess like the Eastern Conference play-in tournament teams were that bad. But yeah, that sucks because I'm pretty sure the pick is top 12 protected. It is no longer lottery protected. And the only first round pick we are going to have in this draft is at 17 from the Atlanta Hawks, which is one of the first picks coming back in the De'Aaron Fox trade. I'm going to look to see if like we can get any of these coaches on the market out here. Is that Naz Reid? No, that's Alyssa Reid. Because sometimes like the top assistants, like I'm just using Darvin Ham as an example. It's very hard to sign them because they always get blocked. So I don't really know if there's an upgrade over Mike Brown. So we may be just like planting the seeds for, I guess, Mike Brown to be fired next year. But I feel like if this is what happened with the Kings, Mike Brown would definitely be on his way out, but they'd probably be able to get an assistant. 2K, please fix that. In 2K26, can I sign assistants? So here we are, night of the draft. We do have some trade assets to move as well. Like we do have guys that can net us another first round pick. I think Rui Hachimura could be one of them. I don't mind Rui as a bench piece. And we're going to do this trade with the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to be acquiring Cody Martin, who is making $8.6 million this year. He was traded from Charlotte to Brooklyn. I'm also getting the 27th pick in this draft. We're giving them a former second rounder in Colby Jones. And then I'm also giving them a Kevin Huerter's expiring contract as well. So we're going to do this trade with Brooklyn, which means we now have 2 first round picks. During the draft, we have 17 and 27. I don't think I'm going to make any other trades. Like, I don't think I'm going to move Malik Monk right now. I don't think I'm going to move Rui Hachimura because I would still like to contend next year. We'll see going forward. Whoa. VJ Edgecombe goes number 1. Maybe Yves Missi was in that room saying, yeah, it's the Baylor way. Let's get him number 1. I don't really agree with that pick. Ace Bailey goes 2. So Dylan Harper and Cooper Flagg. Oh, my God. They don't even go in the top 3. Trey Johnson goes 3. Number 4, the Raptors take Cooper Flagg. And the Wizards, oh, my God, they take Igor Demon, who's a great player. Dylan Harper, oh my God, is going to fall to Utah at 7. That is insane. Are they going to... And they're trading in the pick. Who are they trading it for? 2 future firsts. Do the Knicks get Dylan Harper? Oh my God. What a pickup for the Knicks. And with the 17th pick, I'm going to go Hugo Gonzalez. He can be a good defender coming over from Spain. He has had some nice offensive games for Real Madrid as of late, and let's hope that he could develop into a nice wing for us going forward. And there's one guy I really wanted at 17, but I think there's a chance I could get him at 27, so we'll see. Tobias Harris, who was on the Hawks, was just traded for the 18th overall pick, and they take Jahlil Bethea, who's been struggling this year at Miami. And the guy I wanted, I believe, was taken here at 27. I wanted to take Ian Jackson from UNC, and he just went 2 picks prior to the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to take Jalen Stewart from UConn, just get another wing over here in case I do trade Malik Monk or Rui Hachimura down the line. We'll have some depth. And here we go. We're going to sign Hugo and Jalen Stewart. I'm actually fine with that draft class. We're going to pick up the team options on Malachi Branham, Keon Ellis, and Keegan Murray. Kyrie Irving is going to opt out. I'm going to give Isaac Jones, who I did enjoy watching at the Combine when I was there. He, I believe, was a breakout in the G League, not showcase, but the G League Ignite camp And that was going into the draft. Isaiah Crawford I like too. Yeah, Louisiana Tech. So I'm just going to bring him back. Yeah, we'll do that. I do want to get, I think, a backup center here in free agency. I mean, next year, like, the only point guard, do we start Devin Carter? I don't really know if I want to do that, but I'm also open to that idea. We could bring back D'Angelo Russell. You know what? As like a bench guard, like, it's not a bad piece. Like $10 million on a 1-year deal. I may even do something like this where it's 2 years, 20 million, but I think I'm not going to play him a ton of minutes, but it's just a good guy to have on the team. And I would like to get a backup center. It would be funny to bring back Marvin Bagley. Just bring him back here to Sacramento. I'm going to go after Jay Huff. Not sure, has been waived, okay, for his current value. So can I not sign him to this? I'm not sure. I've actually never seen this before. He may only be re-signed to his current value, which I agree, but like, why can't I don't know. That's interesting. So we do get D'Angelo Russell. We're going to renounce the rights on Len, Wiles, Jordan, Robinson, Mason Jones, and then I'm going to keep Isaiah Crawford. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not going to be able to get J Huff, which is fine. We could look at, Musa Diabetes. I actually really like him a ton over in Charlotte. I would actually give him $10 million over 2 years, 11 and a half, so they don't match it, just because he's a really good rebounder, and I'd like to see him develop for us. So we do get him, which is nice. Kyrie Irving goes to Dallas. John Collins goes to the Pistons. Dennis Schroeder to the Rockets. So they strike out on De'Aaron Fox, so they get Dennis Schroeder. Contract re-signings, Rui would come back. That's not a bad price for Rui Hachimura. Keegan Murray, I mean, that's not a bad price either. I say we just lock him in on this. That's pretty much buying low. So it's going to be 3 years, basically $48 million. Yeah, I'm going to do that for him. So let's re-sign Keegan Murray. Malachi Branham, we could re-sign as well, which I'm going to hold off on. And then Rui, honestly, I'm going to give him a 2-year deal worth around $18 million. I think that's a fair price also. So I don't mind that. And it really sets us up having these assets to make, I think, an eventual trade. Because I think within the next year, I do have to add another really good name to Sabonis. Because I don't think Vassell is going to become that guy. I think he could be a good number 3, but I'm going to have to get that number 2. We could really use a guy like De'Aaron Fox. I'm just kidding. So I don't know. We can honestly just keep looking at the trade block. I don't think somebody like Michael Porter Jr. really moves the needle for us. I don't think Trey Murphy moves the needle. Emmanuel Quickly would be a fun ad. He would be. I wonder if it really costs a lot to get him, but we can honestly make a move at the deadline, and I think that's where the D'Angelo Russell contract can come in handy and some of the other deals that we just signed. And we did get Isaiah Crawford and Isaac Jones back on the qualifying offers. Malik Monk actually regresses a little bit, which is intriguing. I do believe he's going to come off the bench for us this year. But yeah, we have a deep team. I may actually need to cut some guys before the season starts. All right, so this is going to be the rotation. It's kind of deep right now, so I do think I need to eventually trim it down, and we will. So it's going to be Carter and Ellis not playing a ton of minutes, but I want to get them to start, and I think that's going to make our defense a lot better. Offense could struggle, but let's hope Vassell, Murray, and Sabonis can be good enough to make this a well-balanced offense in the starting 5. Malik Monk, Malachi Branham, Hachimura, D'Lo, Musa Diabetes, and Hugo Gonzalez all getting minutes. So we are going to be an 11-man rotation right now, and I'd eventually like to get Jalen Stewart some minutes, maybe even Cody Martin. We're 3.5 star balance. I don't have super high expectations this year, but I would be a little bit disappointed if we were like the worst team in the Western Conference. We started out 2-2 on the year. Is Domantas Sabonis going to be that guy? We'll see, but hopefully Vassell can also be that guy. That'd be huge for us. All right, so it has been an up and down season so far. We got off to an 18-8 start. We have been coming back down to earth a little bit, but we are 26-23. We're currently the 8th seed in the Western Conference. We have a 5.8 point differential, which is noticeably better than Memphis and Golden State, and even Denver, who's up there as the 3 seed. So I do think if we make the right moves here at the deadline, and I'm fine with being active, we could be a playoff team. So Domantas Sabonis, he's been unreal. This is pretty much the best year of his career. 24 points, 12 rebounds, 6.7 assists. Are we maybe trying to come up with the idea that we could win a title with him as our number 1? Maybe, but we need good enough shooters around him. And Devin Vassell has been great for us. 50 from the field, which is actually really good for somebody with his shot selection. 36 from 3, which honestly, I'll take that. I'm fine with the 2-pointers going up, with the 3-pointers going down, but that's still a respectable 3-point percentage. Free throw percentage is good in around 32 minutes a night. He needs to play more. Keegan Murray, 15 points, 7 rebounds. This is definitely one of the better years of his career. You can make an argument it's the best shooting year of his career, which is a great sign for sure. Malik Monk, still giving me good shot creating off the bench. He's still under contract for next year. Keon Ellis has been great. I don't know if he's like a true starting shooting guard, but that 3-and-D ability, he's shooting 42% from 3. I just love to see that. Malachi Branham is shooting the ball well. D'Angelo Russell has been fine as like a low minutes, low usage backup point guard. I think Rui's fine in his minutes. Devin Carter could be a little bit better, for sure. Maybe we got to transition him more into a bench role. And then there's Hugo and Musa Diabetes, who I think is actually a beast backup big man. So I think we could try to dangle the D'Lo and or Hachimura contracts to get maybe an upgrade at the starting point guard spot. I'm actually going to bring back Malachi Branham on this. About 3 years, $36 million. Let's lock him up. Turns into another tradable contract during the draft. And I'm just going to go through the teams right now and just see if there's any point guard on the market that I think I could realistically get for D'Lo and Hachimura. I don't know if I would attach a first round pick. We'll see. Like if I had to dangle Jalen Stewart potentially. I mean, Peyton Pritchard would be a fun ad from Boston, who's currently on the trade block right now. Darius Garland is on the trade block. Okay, that's a big move. Damian Lillard's on the trade block, so there are some noticeable point guards of value here on the block. So yeah, we could definitely go after like Emmanuel Quickley, Peyton Pritchard, Darius Garland. Jamal Murray's also on the trade block as well, so there's definitely some options for us out there. I'm not going to move it, but we have the Lakers first round pick this year, and they are bad, and that is from the DeMar DeRozan trade, so that is nice to see. Like, could I give Boston their pick back in 2028 and Cody Martin for Peyton Pritchard? I don't really think they accept this. I didn't even think I was going to get a counter offer. I would throw in, like, does Isaac Jones? No, he doesn't have any value. Does Jalen Stewart have any value? Oh my God, he's just one star to Boston. Because I really want to give up Peyton Pritchard, but I don't want to really just offload a bunch of draft picks. This is the most I'll do. Cody Martin and 2 first-round picks because I can't do D'Lo, I think, because of the money. For Peyton Pritchard, they're going to say no, unless I can throw in D'Angelo Russell. But no, that puts us off by a little bit. Unless we throw in Sam Thomas and Isaiah Crawford, they're not even going to counter it. I really want to Peyton Pritchard. Maybe we revisit that in the offseason. So maybe I don't go after, like, a big name right now. Yep, I love this idea. We're going to be trading D'Angelo Russell and Cody Martin, as well as a 2029 second to Washington for Aaron Wiggins, who's been abysmal this year, and he's making about $9 million for the next couple of years. But I'm fine with that. He's probably not going to play for us because I have a ton of wings right now, but he could turn into a nice rotational piece next year or a trade piece in the offseason. But I'm getting Lonzo Ball. Yeah, who is making noticeable money, but I think good enough where you can match that with Peyton Pritchard in the offseason. So I think Lonzo Ball is going to turn into our starting point guard for the rest of the year. We're going to move Devin Carter to the bench. And now I would like to adjust this rotation. Hugo's been playing good as of late. It's just I don't know if I'm going to have enough runtime for him. I want to kind of ramp up this rotation for the playoffs. But Hugo, honestly, showing great signs. We're going to have Branham, Hashimura, and Carter kind of be in this fold. Maybe 15 minutes to Carter for the rest of the year. 27 to Monk. I would like to go about 33 to Murray and Vassell. And then let's do about 26 to Lonzo, 25 to Keon Ellis. That's a great defensive backcourt. I love that addition for Lonzo. All right, so Luka Doncic is your MVP. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year and your Sixth Man of the Year, I guess, behind Scotty Barnes in Toronto. We didn't win any major awards over there. On the all-team selections, we did get Domantas Sabonis on All-NBA second team. I feel like that's an All-NBA first team caliber season, the way he just played. And we didn't get any rookies on the all-rookie teams, which is fine. We did end up as the 7th seed, so we were slightly better this year than we were last year. Damn, I'm honestly content with this season because we just went 47-35, which is probably the most amount of wins in quite some time. Yeah, one less win than their 2023 season where I believe they were the 3 seed. The Western Conference was just so competitive, and the drop-off between the 7th and the 8th seeds were insane. We had a higher point differential than the Nuggets and the Warriors. That's a shame. We do own the Lakers first round pick this year. I don't think we own the Hawks first round pick this year, of course, right? Like, why couldn't I own it this year when they were really bad, last year when they were fine? That's when we owned it. So Lonzo did struggle with his efficiency a little bit, but I do think he could provide winning basketball for us in the playoffs. Keon Ellis' kind of 2-point shot dropped off a little bit, but I'm excited for the playoffs as a whole. I think Musa Diabate, can get about 8 minutes a night. I think Devin Carter, I like what he could do, but I'm going to give him 12 minutes. Malachi Branham, kind of similar to Malik Monk, so I'm going to lower him to 15. Same with Rui Hashimura. And then I'd like to give Lonzo 30. I'd like to go 37 to Sabonis, and then let's go 35 to Murray, 36 to Devin Vassell. So we're taking on the Rockets, a team that maybe tried to get De'Aaron Fox from us, but we ended up taking the Spurs package. Reed Shepherd would have been an intriguing prospect, but we could just see how much further along Devin Vassell is right now than Reed Shepherd, and we're trying to win right now around Domantas Sabonis, and we are blowing out the Rockets right now, showing everybody we shouldn't have been in the play-in tournament. We should have been a true playoff team. We win by 32 points. Domantas Sabonis, unreal. 38, 18, and 7. Vassell started with a 21-point triple-double, and we're in the playoffs as the 7th seed, going up against De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs. Would you look at that? I did want to see. Wow, yeah, Fox was good for them this year. He was. Did he sign an extension in San Antonio? He did not. So he's a free agent at the end of the year. How funny it would be if I just signed him, which I'm not going to. But yeah, let's see if we're able to pull off the upset. Game 1, Ken Sabonis out big man Wemby. Let's see. Hashimura goes 3 of 10. All right, something to keep an eye on if he's going to struggle. But hey, in a game which Sabonis maybe wasn't himself, we won by 16. That's a very good sign. We do end up losing game 2 by 17. Keegan Murray at 31. It's just nice to see Keegan hopefully break out. Could maybe be a playoff riser. I got to change his position to a small forward where I think he would go up an overall a decent amount. Like if I did that right now, I know I'm kind of going off beat. I don't know. He actually doesn't really go up that much. All right. Interesting. Game 3, we ended up losing this one by 6. Keegan Murray had 25 in this one. He's breaking out right now, though, for us in the playoffs as an offensive piece. Game 4, we end up losing this one. Damn, so we ended up winning game 1. And then it looks like we are going to lose 4 in a row if this trend continues. No, we stay alive. We win game 5. All right, we were down 3-1. Can we force a game 7? No, we cannot. We end up losing in game 6 by 15. Sabonis, had a good series, a little bit down maybe from his regular season production. Devin Vassell was fine. I think also a little bit down from his regular season production. But yeah, you know what? I'm fine losing in round number 1. I would have been a little bit alarmed if we were the worst team in the Western Conference. But yeah, we have hopefully a top pick from the Lakers, as we're seeing the Timberwolves and the Nets in the finals. Okay. And the Timberwolves winning 5 with Ant being your finals MVP. But I think we have the assets in place to go all in next year, because this is Sabonis' prime. I'm trying to win with it, and we're going to see if there's like a new coach on the market. But first, let's go into the draft lottery, and I would love to win the lottery. So, oh no, we do have Atlanta's pick. Let's go. Thank God. So, from that De'Aaron Fox trade and from the DeMar DeRozan trade, we are going to have most likely 2 top 10 picks in this draft. Give me some luck. And we end up with number 2. Look at that. The Sacramento Kings. That is from the De'Aaron Fox trade. So, thank you, San Antonio. And then the Lakers pick ended up actually dropping all the way to 8. And we do also own our pick at 22. So, we have 3 first-round picks. So, if I wanted to, I could draft Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson, AJ DeBance at number 2, and then I could also maybe trade the Lakers pick and my first with some assets to get somebody, maybe if it's Peyton Pritchard, if I really wanted to get him. So, Mike Brown, I think I'm going to fire. Like, there's Joe Mazzulla, there's Jason Kidd on the market, JJ Redick, Mark Daigneault, I think some better options for this team. So, we are going to fire him. I'm going to offer a bunch of head coaching jobs. Like, I'm going to offer Redick. I'm going to offer Mark Daigneault a contract. I would like him. I'm going to go up. I'm going to offer Jason Kidd a contract. I'm going to offer Joe Maz. And I got 2 more options to do. So, I'm going to do Will Hardy, who got let go from the Jazz. And I'm going to do Kenny Atkinson, who for some reason got let go from the Cavs. So let's do this. We did get Hardy, Atkinson, and Redick. Funny enough, it feels like Atkinson or Redick's got the best ratings, but I never really get Kenny Atkinson. So I'm going to sign him to be our next head coach. So yeah, we got Kenny Atkinson as our head coach. I'm excited to see what happens here. We'll see if DeBanza goes to the Pelicans. Cameron Boozer would be an interesting piece to add to this team. So I think we could see who we're going to draft, and then we can make a trade, which I'm open for in draft night because I want to win right now. So DeBanza goes number 1. I would have liked him. We are going to go Cameron Boozer at number 2. I'm hoping he can fit well with Domantas Sabonis in the front court. It doesn't get too crowded. Hopefully he could be a good enough 3-point shooter. Darren Peterson also could be a stud, man. He really could be. I'm tempted, but I'm going to go Cameron Boozer here. And then the Thunder are going to probably take Peterson, unless like Peterson fell to 5, and then I would be interested in trading up. They're actually trading 3 for Kawhi Leonard. Okay. Who was on the Pelicans. That's a blockbuster. And Darren Peterson, oh my God. So they got DeBanza and Peterson. The West just gets even better. All right, so we're going to call up the Boston Celtics, and I want to see if I can get Peyton Pritchard, who's coming off a pretty good season, but I feel like with just a higher usage, like, can I see his usage percentage over in Boston? Last year, it was at 15%. Yeah, like, we get that up to, like, closer to 20. He could be a real piece for us. So I would include, I mean, like, are you interested in Aaron Wiggins? Not really. Like, if I did Aaron Wiggins and the 8th overall pick for Peyton Pritchard, would they do that? They would not. And I would do 22. Would they do that? They do. Okay, Peyton Pritchard, welcome to the Sacramento Kings. He's our starting point guard next year. And whoa, the Jazz just traded the 5th overall pick for Amen Thompson. Rockets take Malik Thomas. All right, so I'm thinking like our roster. I mean, it's a lot of fun names. Like, say it's Cameron Boozer at the 4, Sabonis at the 5, Keegan Murray at the 3, Vassell at the 2, Pritchard at the 1. Can that win a title? I don't know. We're going to pick up the team option on Devin Carter. I think we could pivot to try to trade for like a true wing. Like a high, I don't know if it's a high scoring wing, but we have a lot of tradable contracts. We have a lot of depth right now. Could I trade some of these wings? I don't know. Because, like, I don't really want to move Keegan Murray to the bench, but I'm fine with that. I don't really want to move Devin Vassell to the bench or Cameron Boozer, but I'm also fine with those options as well. So let's give these guys the qualifying offers. We do have, wow, I could sign Cason Wallace. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, if I can get him on that, that would be insane. That would maybe change a lot for us. And I'm intrigued on doing this trade. I don't even know if they're going to accept it. Rui Hashimura, Lonzo Ball, since we have Pritchard, we have Keegan Murray and like Boozer and Devin Vassell and Malachi Branham for Jalen Suggs, who's not really a score first guy, but he can impact the game in so many other ways. Would they do this trade? They would counter offer my 2027 first, and you give me Goga Badatse. I think we're going to do this trade. All right, let's go all in. We're in Sabonis' prime. I want to win right now. Hopefully we could do that. If I could sign Cason Wallace, that would be huge. I would also like to bring back Keon Ellis as well on a 3-year deal. I know that's also a little repetitive. Cason Wallace and Keon Ellis, similar roles they would be playing for us, but I think just more the merrier for this team, and now gives us flexibility to make a potential trade at the deadline. Like, Suggs is going to be a shooting guard for us for sure, and the way he's getting paid, he's probably going to start for us. So I really have no idea the starting 5 right now. You can see all the shooting guards we have. Does Hugo go up? I don't know. I'm going to have to kind of mess with this a little bit, but I'm excited about this team. We have a lot of depth right now, which I think is huge, and what Sacramento doesn't have also. I just in case Malik Monk opts out, let's up him on an extension. And I'm glad I didn't move Malik Monk. Like, he's an OG king from when we started this. His scoring may go down this year because we have a ton of names that could get minutes. So Sabonis regresses a little bit. He's down to an 89, and you can just see the depth that we have on this team. All right, so we got to make some tough decisions in this lineup. And I think, like, Devin Carter, I don't have time to develop you. You're 24 years old. Like, we're trying to win right now. So he's not going to play. Hugo's not going to play. Jalen Stewart's not going to play. And with the addition of Goga, Musa Diabetes not going to play. Now, maybe we make a trade at the deadline, but I want to give these guys a lot of runtime together. Peyton Pritchard, Jalen Suggs, Vassell, Keegan Murray, and Domantas Sabonis. That is a fun team. And I hope, like, some of these guys play better than what their overall shows. And I think that could happen. We started off on opening night. Peyton Pritchard had 23 points and 6 assists. Vassell had 8 assists. Domantas Sabonis had a triple-double. Great start against a good Utah team now. And we're at the deadline, and we're all right. We're 27 and 25. I would like to be a little bit better. Offensively, though, is where we're struggling. We're the second worst offensive team, which is maybe as expected, like not having a true 90 overall scoring option in this game, and I think that will come back to hurt us. Defensively, though, we are ranked 3rd. So I think, do I talk about trying to, like, increase my offensive, like, weapons around this team? Do we think about leveraging Vassell as a major trade piece to go out and get a big name? Peyton Pritchard has been phenomenal, and I love this addition for us. Keegan Murray has been not great this year. Like, come on. After last year, like, in my head, this is the worst he's going to be all year, so he can only go up from here, which means our offensive rating should be better at the end of the year. Suggs, you got to be better than that. You definitely do. Malik Monk, maybe not up to his standards defensively, offensively. Cameron Boozer, obviously, he's a rookie. And, like, we have a lot of these defensive first guys, like Cason Wallace, Keon Ellis. Maybe I look to trade one of them here for an offensive name. And I've thought about this trade for a little bit. This is a big scoring option that we can get. We could play at the 3. It'd be Vassell, Goga Badatse, Carter, Malik Monk, which hurts a little bit, and we get Jaylen Brown here. I don't think they would accept this, even if I were to include some first-round picks. Like, I give Boston their first-round pick back, and I give them my 2029 first. I don't think they do this. Something we could definitely come back to, but I don't think I'm going to make any notable trades right now. Unless there's somebody that could leave us at the end of the year, like Goga could leave us, which is fine. But everybody else is under contract. I think we just bring back one of these centers. And hey, we're 36 and 26 a couple weeks later here at the contract extension deadline. We could re-up Sabonis on a new 2-year extension. Let's do that. $35 million a year. I feel like that's a steal. Honestly, Goga, let's bring him back on a 2-year deal worth $10 million. Can always just be a trade piece on draft night if needed. All right, so Jokic is your MVP. AJ Debinsa is your rookie of the year. Like, we have the Cam Boozer piece as well going forward, which makes me excited. Igor Demon, most improved over there in Washington. And the replacement to our head coach, Kenny Atkinson in Cleveland. Jason Kidd, coach of the year. Does Sabonis make an All-NBA team? He does not make a first 2 team. He does not even make All-NBA 3rd team. Okay. I thought he would have. So Jalen Suggs, I know his offensive game maybe isn't where you want it to be, like not that elite 3-point shooting year we saw in 2024, but he's a top 10 defender. And we still got Cam Boozer on all rookie first team. We finished the year as the 5th seed, which is our highest seeding so far, and we're going up and up every year. Like when we traded Fox, I believe we were the 10th seed, and then last year we were the 7th seed, and now this year we're the 5 seed. So we're going up and up every year, which is great. 4.9 point differential. We actually won one less game this year, but ended up much higher in the standings just because of that's just the way the Western Conference was. Keegan Murray didn't really get much better with his shot, which I think is going to allow me to make a change for the playoffs. Like Vassell also kind of struggled this year, which is maybe just them going down in volume and it gets them out of their rhythm. But I think for the playoffs, like Suggs and Pritchard complement each other very well. They're our starters. Pritchard, more than I can ask for him in his age 29 season. I think we're going to bump Keegan Murray to the bench in exchange for Cameron Boozer. I think Malik Monk's going to get a little bit less minutes. I think Cason Wallace is going to get about 10 minutes a night. Goga, do I want him as the backup? Yeah, I think that's fine. He can get 8 minutes a night for the playoffs, which leaves us around 9 minutes. I mean, let's just start off giving them to Cam Boozer. I think Keegan Murray can get 25 minutes. Yeah, I know he broke out in the playoffs last year, but it's a different story right now. Vassell's going to go down to 30. Let's go 27 to Boozer, 36 Sabonis, 35 Vassell, 35 Suggs, 35 Pritchard. We're going up against the Clippers. 3.5 star pace and space. This team has Luka Doncic and DeJounte Murray in their backcourt, Trey Murphy and Zubats in the frontcourt. I think they're beatable. Like, their offense is really good, but I feel like their defense isn't. We beat them by 2 to start things off. Peyton Pritchard, 24 points, only 2 assists. Sabonis did have 7, and Malik Monk had 5. We do win the first 2 games in Los Angeles, in the Intuit Dome. Let's go. And I feel like we didn't even shoot the ball all that well, but the defense stepped up in this one. Game number 3 goes to the Clippers. All right, so every road team has won so far. Sabonis had a good game here. Game 4 goes to the Kings. We are 1 game away from winning our first playoff series in over 2 decades, and that is not going to be the case here in game number 5. Don't let them force a game 7, please. And they do not. We win a playoff series. Let's go. We won by 37 points. Suggs hit 25. He is having the 3-and-D playoff run that I need him to see. 38% from 3. Keegan Murray was very good off the bench, which is just amazing to see. Peyton Pritchard was good. How was Cam Boozer? He's fine. We're getting him reps in the playoffs, which is great. And we're going up against the 8-seeded Pelicans. They beat the 1-seeded Suns. Wow. Oh my God. And the Suns signed Fox. Pretty cool. You got the Kentucky backcourt over there, but not much else. And they go down by the Pelicans, who have Darren Peterson, Ingram, Zion, Edgecombe, Misi. They could have taken Cooper Flagg, but maybe they knew if they were bad with Edgecombe, they could have gone to Bansa. That is too many wings off the bench. That really is. I would be calling them up right now if you needed a wing. We do win game 1 by 2 touchdowns. All right. Game number 2 goes to the Pelicans. I do think they could beat us for sure. Sabonis fouled out in this game. We lost by 21. Game 3 goes to the Pelicans. They win by 9. Zion drops 29. I feel like they're way better than an 8 seed. I'd be pissed if I were the Suns and I drew them in round 1. We do win game 4 by 1 point. All right, this is a really good series between the Kings and the Pelicans. Game 5 goes to the Pelicans. They win by 30. They blow us out. An embarrassing showing by us. And okay, we force a game 7. We win 139-115. Peyton Pritchard dropped 29 points in 28 minutes. Here we go. Game 7 against the Pelicans. All right, let's see what we can do, man. All right, we have a good first half. Third quarter is fine. This is a really close game right now. We're up by 8, 10.5 to go. We are 4 minutes away from going to the conference finals, and we do. We win by 4, 118-114. Peyton Pritchard drops 26. Boozer drops 22, and we advance to the conference finals. We're going up against the Nuggets team that is beatable. Like, they're not great. Jamal Murray's off the bench, but they do have Nikola Jokic. Like, we have Sabonis, but they got Nikola Jokic. They win game 1. They blow us out. All right, that's fine. Just don't go down 2-0, please. And you go down 2-0. 151-126. Our defense cannot stop Jokic right now. Game 3 goes to Denver. Damn. All right. That is pretty upsetting, but let's see what happens here. Game 4. Hey, we don't get swept. At least we won a conference finals game. We can say that. Game 5. Oh, goes to us. No way we win game 6, right? No way we win game 6. Oh my God, they have blown a 3-0 lead. We forced a game 7. Are you kidding me? Detroit and Indiana had a game 7. It looks like Detroit won and they're in the finals. No way we win this, right? No way we win this, right? Oh my God, we are up by, I would be so mad if I was a Nuggets fan. We were up by 22 at halftime. We are 5 minutes away from going to the finals. They blow a 3-0 lead. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'd be pissed. Keegan Murray, double-double off the bench. Boozer, Sabonis both get double-doubles. And we're in the NBA Finals. Sabonis takes home Conference Finals MVP, showing he's the best triple-double big man in the league. And we're taking on Detroit. A good team, but man, we could win. Game 1 goes to the Pistons. 116-106. Damn, K dropped 41. Game number 2 goes to the Kings. We end up beating them by 20. I wasn't even going to panic if I went down 2-0. Like, we went down 3-0 to the Nuggets. We go up 2-1. 137-125. Oh my God, Sabonis took 24 shots. I feel like that's unlike him, but I'm glad. I want him to keep shooting it. We go up 3-1. All right. No lead is safe. We just watched us come back down 3-0. And we won 4 straight against Denver. That could happen here on one less game against the Pistons. And this one is in Detroit. This could be a big momentum win for them. But we have a nice start to the fourth quarter. We are up by 5 with 3 minutes to go. Up by 5. Up. Oh my God, we're tied. 1:57 left. All right, here we go. We're in Detroit, not on our home floor. It looks like we do have Suggs and Monk in this game, but we got Boozer, we got Sabonis. Peyton Pritchard, only 5 points and 3 assists. Let's get the screen here for Sabonis. Let's see the pick and roll. Let's kick it out to Malik Monk. Terrible spacing right there by Cameron Boozer. What are you doing, dude? You just drifted your man over to me, which gave me a consistent 3. That is pretty frustrating because I thought we had a great look right there. All right, Suggs, you're one of the best defenders in the game. Boozer guarding John Collins. Yeah, I guess they're going to go to Cade. So let's drop off a little bit here. Cade, no way he hits that, right? Good contest there by Boozer, who's got a double-double. Let's try this again. Malik Monk, 3. Don't even get the contest. All right, Sabonis in the post. Are they going to send the double? Is he having that good of a game? They're not going to send the double. All right, Sabonis in the air. Sabonis with the right hand. No good. Sabonis with the rebound. Collins jump. Oh my God. Come on. Malik Monk guarding Ron Howard is really not the matchup I want. They're going to... Peyton Pritchard guarding Cade. Yeah, like, why isn't Ivy on Cade? I don't know. Maybe that's an adjustment I should have made. Thought Sasser was going to pull that. All right, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Good defensive possession by us. Suggs. Oh my God, Sabonis got beat by Collins. Are you kidding me? All right, we got to score quickly. We got to go for the 2-for-1. Cameron Boozer, give me a screen. Not a great screen. Pritchard, slice and dice. Sabonis, I need you to hit this 3. I know you're not much of a 3-point guy. He hits. Let's go. Gives us a 1-point lead. They need a timeout. So we don't have any timeouts remaining. I'm going to keep Sabonis out there. Like, this is much of our defensive lineup to have Carter instead of Pritchard. Carter really wasn't even playing. Now, let's get Kaysen Wallace out there. Suggs, Vassell. Yeah, this is going to be somewhat of our defensive lineup because I do trust Kaysen Wallace and Suggs on Cade. Like, that is really good. I know we're sacrificing some offense there, which could eventually hurt. But, yeah, Kaysen Wallace is much needed out there. Why did I... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't know why I tried to steal that. Cade. Oh, God. He pulls up. Kaysen's right there. And he's going to hit it. Damn it. All right, we don't have any timeouts, so I can't bring in Pritchard. That's on me. I tried going for the steal right there, and that was just stupid. I don't know why I didn't play more conservative. All right, here we go. This is the NBA Finals right here. Game 5 on the road. Boozer's going to give Vassell the screen. Can Vassell come up big? Vassell, can he get anything going? Vassell pulls up. Jumper is no good, and we're going to be going to a game 6. Probably not the guy I want to take in that shot because, hey, they win game 6 right here on the road. Anything could happen in a game 7, which is now scaring me. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know. I'm scared. We're down by 3. Please win in 6. Oh my god, we're going to a game 7. Come on, man. Oh man. If we blow a 3-1 lead in the finals, I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna hate myself. Please win on the road. Oh my god, they're up. Oh my god, we just gave up 40 points in the first quarter. I'm so scared. All right, we're down by 1. Don't let them pull away in the third. All right, good start to the third. Great third quarter, but we're tied. 101 apiece. This is gonna be a high-scoring game. Nobody's playing defense. We're tied in the 4th. Oh, God, they go on a 6-0 run. We're really about to blow this. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God, we just blew a 3-1 lead in the finals. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Peyton Pritchard dropped 37. Oh, my God, and we lose. Damn it, man. That sucks so much. I thought we were winning that. Oh, my God, you gotta be kidding me, man. Damn it. Damn it. I guess that's because I hopped in, and that's what I get. All right, draft lottery time. I don't think we have any picks here in the lottery. The Nets get the #1 pick from Philly from the James Harden trade. The Magic own our pick at 22, actually, from the Jalen Suggs trade. All right, I'm trying to go all in right now, right? And I think there could be a move to be made after team player options. Like, if I'm trying to get a small forward, like a true wing that could carry this load offensively sometimes. So, like, I don't know. I just want to look at any guys, let's say, like, their minimum height. I don't know, like a true guy that can play the small forward. So let's go like 6'5" or above. Is there a minimum overall? Actually, no. Let's just see the top guys. So obviously, I'm not gonna be able to trade for much of these. Like Jaylen Brown was the one guy. Like we could revisit that idea. I mean, Devin Booker. I don't hate the idea of going after Devin Booker, who's such a good offensive talent. He's got 1 year left on his deal. We could try. I mean, I would also love Franz Wagner because we just also got Suggs. I mean, let's try Devin Booker. Like if I would have to offer. I don't want to gut my team too much. Like it's basically Cason Wallace and Devin Vassell is where I'm starting from. 12 million more. Basically, Monk's got to be in this deal. I think he's pretty much untouchable. So I'm not getting Devin Booker. I think Jaylen Brown is also an interesting guy. Like if I offered you Vassell, I hate to trade him away, but I think have to include Malik. It's either Malik Monk or Keegan Murray in these deals. So let's do that for Jaylen Brown. They say no. I give you a first. I don't want to move Hugo Gonzalez. I'd give you Devin Carter. They say no. I think Jaylen Brown's going to be tough as well. I mean, I'm going to try Franz. And what's nice about Franz is I don't have to include Malik Monk. So I would give you this Celtics pick. I'd give you one of my first round picks. He might be an untouchable. Like I'd throw in Devin Carter, who they really like, and they say no. And then I'd throw in like Jalen Stewart. Yeah, all right, not getting Franz. The one other guy, he might be a free agent, so I don't know if I can go after him. Brandon Miller, yeah, he was gonna be somebody. I mean, J-Dub is a possibility. I don't really want Scotty Barnes in this offense. One other guy was Jalen Johnson, who I think could be somewhat gettable. Like, could I get Jalen Johnson? Like, I don't know. I would have to do Vassell. That actually may even work straight up. No way, right? All right. If I gave you him and I traded you, I guess I gave you Devin Carter, who I think is kind of obsolete on this team if we have Cason Wallace and Keon Ellis. They say no. And I give you that Boston pick. They agree to that. All right. I think Jalen Johnson's a little bit better of an offensive talent over Devin Vassell, and I didn't have to gut my bench. He goes up to a 90 overall if you move him to a small forward, which excites me. Free agency time. Yeah, Jokic is a free agent. Isaac Jones. I mean, I would bring him back on the minimum if you wanted to come back on that. We actually could sign somebody like an Austin Reeves. Just gives us a little bit more depth or potential trade piece. Like I'd bring in Kyle Filipowski on a 1 year deal. He actually signed with the Warriors. I would not mind bringing back Musa Beatty either. And we're going to bring him back on a 2 year deal also. Just gives us another piece. And then I could still sign like Austin Reeves. I mean, I might as well. I don't even think he's cracking the rotation, but why not? And hopefully with this team, like Sabonis carried this team for years. Hopefully the guys around them can carry Sabonis now. Like hopefully Sabonis, Boozer, and Johnson can do something with Suggs and Pritchard in the backcourt. It's still an incredibly deep team. All right, I still want to see like what I have in Hugo Gonzalez. I know we haven't really utilized that draft class too much, but we have Monk, Murray. I mean, no, I think I'd rather Murray be the full-on sixth man. Yeah, like this is the minutes. It's a lot. Like we do have an 11-man rotation. I'm kind of upset I never got to see like Jalen Stewart and develop him, but that's a good thing. I'm trying to win with Sabonis, and I feel like this is the best lineup to do so. Under Kenny Atkinson, we're 3.5 star pace and space. First 2 games of the year, we beat Utah, lose to Boston. Pelicans, we lose. All right, so we're 1-2 to start off the year. We have about an 87% team chemistry right now. 1-3 would be a little bit of a shame to start off, so I'm hoping we beat the Bucks. And I don't know, last year we did get off to, I think, like a 2-6 start, and we ended up okay. All right, it's time for Peyton Pritchard to get a nice extension. He's going to get that. It's going to be about $72 million over 4 years. So right now at the deadline, we are 39-11. We are the best team in the Western Conference. And I just really like the team we have right now. And I think we're good to just, honestly, these numbers will look a lot better in the playoffs when we consolidate this rotation a little bit. Man, Hugo's actually pretty good. I just don't know who he makes the playoffs over. Maybe it's Keon Ellis if Keon Ellis can't find his shot. And Luka wins MVP on the Clippers this year. Brandon McCoy, who was the 4th overall pick, wins Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey, 6th man of the year over in Phoenix. And then we did get Cameron Boozer as most improved. I don't know if we're going to get anybody on an All-NBA team. Just kidding. Cameron Boozer makes it. See, that's like the piece we had as well. Just his development in year number 2 is obviously so huge for us. And we get Cameron Boozer on all defensive second team. All right, so he's a top 10 offensive player, top 10 defensive player. That is huge, and that's probably a big reason why we are the 1 seed in the Western Conference. We are taking on, I forgot who, as the 8 seed, but here were the end of the year stats. Like, Peyton Pritchard was just a really fun pickup in this video, and obviously, like, maximizing the window with him making just $8 million a year is something you really got to do. And yeah, we're taking on Portland in round number 1. They have Simon Sharp, Denny, Robert Williams still. Come on, while you watch. Donovan Clingan is coming off the bench. They have Miles McBride off the bench as well. And to figure out this rotation, like, yeah, I don't think Keon Ellis, I mean, he did finish the season strong, but like, I don't think he's going to make the playoffs rotation. Like, I got to trim this down. But yeah, I don't think he's going to make the playoff rotation, which is kind of crazy. I think it's going to be Hugo, or just neither of them make it, honestly. And then we just go, Goga gets like, what, 10, 12 minutes a night, 15 to Wallace, 15 to Monk. We'll do 23 to Murray, maybe 25 to Murray, 34 to Sabonis, 36 to Sabonis. Let's do 35 to Boozer, honestly, and then maybe we do something like that. Jalen Johnson, 35. Jalen Suggs, 33. 34 to Pritchard, and then one more, honestly, to like Malik Monk. That's fine with me. I know, like, we built a really good team here that had a lot of depth. We're ending up 4-star pace and space. Don't lose to Portland in round number 1. That would just, like, be so anticlimactic, and we end up I don't think gentlemen sweeping them, but we won in 5, and we're taking on the MVP in Luka Doncic in round 2. Shout out to Keegan Murray, outperforming Cameron Boozer a ton in round 1. And we're taking on the Clippers here in round 2. They have RJ Barrett. Oh, they have Kevin Durant and Vita Zubats. They had DeJounte Murray last year. No longer have him on their team. They beat us in game 1. Okay, by 3. Don't do this to me, 2K. Game number 2 goes to the Kings. There we go. Nice bounce back win. We win 125-92. Game number 3 goes to the Kings. Game number 4 goes to the Kings. Don't blow a 3-1 lead, and we win in 5. So they win game 1, and then we end up winning 4 in a row. In round 2, our top guy was Cameron Boozer after being maybe the worst starter in round number 1. Taking on the Spurs, who no longer have De'Aaron Fox here in round number 3. Game 1 goes to the Kings. Game 2 goes to the Kings. Oh my God, we're going to sweep them? Yeah, we do. Let's go. Jalen Johnson, who we traded Devin Vassell for, is your conference finals MVP. We're going up against Kenny Atkinson's old team here in the finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They still have Mitchell and Garland. They still have Mobley and Allen. Let's see if we're able to beat them and win the finals after blowing a 3-1 lead last year. We go up 2-0. We go up 2-1, 3-1 us, and we win in 5. So we just topped off a 16-3 playoff run. Every series either ended in 5 or was a sweep. And Cameron Boozer in year number 2 is your finals MVP winner. Thank God, man. After last year, blowing a 3-1 lead, the only big addition we really did was trade Devin Vassell for Jalen Johnson, but I'm glad we won it with this core, and I'm glad I was able to get Sabonis a ring while he's still kind of in his prime, even though he was at the end of it. So that is going to be for me. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think the Sacramento Kings should do going forward. Should they trade Fox? Should they try to build around Fox? Let me know. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.